Okay, cool. Appear to be live. Gonna do some live coding tonight for my project called Ellen Inbound. It's been a little while since I've streamed, so I knew it was about time to fire back up again. Gonna be trying to like schedule more of these random, like in the middle of the week night streams where I'm just gonna be working on what I would already be working on. And so today that is a little project here called Ellen Inbound. Is this music too loud? I might need to turn this down a hair. Yeah, so Ellen Inbound is kind of already built, or an MVP of it was built during Bitcoin Plus about a month ago here in Austin. Yeah, it was April, late April. So me and another PlebLab guy, Topher here, we kind of threw this project together really quickly, like within like 20 hours or something, because we didn't have that much time for the hackathon. So we had the idea for like a really like the most simple possible service for you to be able to sell your channels, or really for anyone to be able to like self-host this app and be able to sell channels of whatever size you determine to kind of anyone that's willing to pay an invoice. So that kind of came out of like, what was his name? Zero fee routing. Like we had used zero fee routing in the past and was really helpful for like hackathon settings where you need to kind of bootstrap a node really quickly, potentially. And he would just sell channels, right? He would sell cheap channels, and he shut it down like 5 or 6 months ago, something like that. So there's other channel marketplaces, but just being able to go like directly to like a person and just like pay an invoice and get an inbound channel coming back to your node, that's still kind of like a process to this day. So it's a cool opportunity to kind of build something simple. And yeah, so that is what we're working with here. And I've kind of got some little little tasks to do here, cleaning this up after we just updated the API, but I'm also just going to like restructure some of the front end to scale a little bit better, but I think we'll probably get into it with fee estimation here. And so yeah, I'm gonna get into this. So let's see if we're running here. We are running, and we've got Polar for our development environment here. And so yeah, this is all just locally here on RegTest. And I've kind of been using Carol to test here. Carol being the person that kind of wants an inbound channel. But it'll take a few minutes for us to get to that. And let's see. Yeah. So I'm probably gonna get right into it here with this new fee estimation. We just, like, before we were like not really calculating fees, like on-chain fees, we were just charging the user kind of a base fee that you could manipulate on rates and stuff like that. But now we're actually gonna be taking in the on-chain fees into account. So this is like an example request I got recently that I'm going to be adding in. And for us right now, like our lazy kind of approach for the moment is we're going to be assuming pretty large channel, 500 VByte channel, and we're just going to be multiplying whatever like fee rate the user chooses by that. And that should be the cost. That's probably overshooting it right now, but that's fine. Just get something off and we can always change this variable. And that should go into account for this like slider thing here, which right now is like broken. So let's get into it. Gotta fix up this call. So that is this one right here for getting rates. And so we're expecting different variables that I don't think are there anymore. Base fee, fee rate, max size. We have the base fee, we're still getting that. We have max size, that's still here as well. That's kind of what's making, yeah, this right here, and then the max amount on this slider. Sats fee, I'm not sure what this is. So what's that base fee? Set fee rate. What is fee rate supposed to be here? Base fee and fee rate. Oh yeah, that's like format fee rate. Yeah, this is the calculation. And the fee rate. What's the fee rate again? So calculated total equals slider value times the fee rate plus the base fee. So fee rate is a local variable we're setting. Rate fee. Which is supposed to be like 0.02% or something like that. But it looks like we're not getting that back anymore. Sats fee, base fee. So we'll probably just go with like a base fee plus the cost of the on-chain transaction for now, but what is this? Sats fee? I think the Sats fee is supposed to be the fee rate here. That one must have changed. Set fee rate, sats fee. Let's see what we get here now. That should fix this for the fee rate. Oh no, is my server crashing? Oh, here we go. Let's rerun this. Ooh, this thing is being slow. Okay. Still don't have fee rate. We are getting data.sats_fee. So I update that here. Data. Base fee. Let's see what we're saving here. Fee 0. So it should be rendering. Fee rate here, fee is 0. So calculate total equals slider value times fee rate. Oh, I see. Plus base fee. That'd be 0 plus base fee. And the total is coming in as not a number. Yeah, we have a TypeScript backend. So ideally, like, in the future, any math stuff would be done on the back end, right? You don't want to do that on the client side. Let's see, this is gonna update, fee is updating. Let's try that again. Yeah, it's not even running this because we don't have fee rates. So really, instead of and fee rate, I want to say and fee rate is not equal to undefined. So now we're getting a total. Well, we got a total here. Oh, there we go. That's weird. It's like not initially loading. Okay, let's see why the fee rate isn't rendering here next. That, so setting the fee rate, that should be returned somewhere down here. So format fee rate, I see, that's going into this function. Format fee rate, if there's a rate, okay. So really I want to say return rate not equal to, oops, equal to undefined. Okay, the fee rate is there now, but this is not loading initially with a number. As soon as I move it though, it does. So something's wrong with our total here. You know, I wonder if, let's go to this rates endpoint. Because originally we had an environment variable rate fee where I could set this myself. I think it would be easier if we're like, this isn't 0, but I guess it's good to test it while it's 0 because it's breaking things. So let's look at this get rates endpoint. It's pretty simple. Get rates. Await get rates. So here's the actual function it's calling. sats fee equals config. And config. Okay, I see here base fee and then sats fee. So I need to update this environment variable. Sats fee. Let's run this again. Right. 2%. Let's see if the calculation's right. Let's go to do like 50,000 sats. So the fee rate is like 2% of the channel size, and it gets added to the base fee. So I think that's about right. 50,000, 1,000 for 2%. Cool. Once again, this is math that should fully be on the back end, but we just got on the client side for now. Whatever. Okay. Is that working on render now, though? Still don't know what this 0 is down here either. Yeah, it loads and then it screws up here. So let's go to amount. So this is for max fee, and fee rate is not equal undefined. So this should be running on load, and I'm just gonna console log this total. Because it seems like it's running twice and it's like breaking itself. Let's see what happens here. Total not number. Well, it's not re-rendering. It's just not working. Total not number. Okay. Fee rate. I think I need to switch this back now. Oh. Yeah, this state in here is like really screwing up. Total not number. See what the total is. Where do we display that? Add commas. We just throw it right in. What's up, Rogan? McFlevin. My chat's too transparent. I can't see your emoji. But what's up? Okay. Let's see what we get here. Oh, it flashed for a second. What the fuck? And this is total not number. So it's definitely getting like updated. It's because I'm doing math.ceiling. What is the calculated total coming out here as? Log calculated total. I forget why I was doing math.ceiling. What does it even do? Returns the smallest integer. Oh, I guess because it can be like, it can be a float potentially, so I just want it to return a round number. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's this math.ceiling call. So let's just set the total to calculated total. And I bet that'll fix this stupid bug. We'll have to keep re-rendering this page. If total exists, render this, otherwise. Something must have changed here. Cause base fee. So this is running anytime the slider value or base fee or fee rate changes. It says slider, set invoice. Wait, the total is calculated on load initially as well. I see. Did I update this? Are we even using this function anymore? We are, because it's running a use effect, but it's not the initial. So sats fee. In that case, it wasn't math.ceiling, so we can still keep that in. Mystery solved, I think. Yep, just another Tuesday night here at PlebLab. We actually got in the other room, maybe I'll sneak my camera over at some point. We've got Topher, the legend. He's recording, well, I can't spoil it, but they're recording a new course here out of PlebLab, a new developer course, I'll say that. So that's gonna be something I'm looking forward to a lot. So maybe I can run in there and invade them in a few minutes. Okay, let's just be fixed so I can move on. Oh, everything broke. 500 plus 20,000. Base fee. I actually just want to get rid of this, I think. I don't want to calculate the total here. Because once these pieces of state get updated here, this should run and give me my total within enough time, quick enough. There we go. Sweet. Seems to be working. Nice. Cool. So the estimation. So those are just our base properties. Now we have our new actual like fee data that we're grabbing here. And so we need to add that as well. I've got these. That's a slider. That's the loader. This is like where I'm showing everything right now. I can kind of just like add a... I might want to add another row actually. Because I'm showing this and then I'm going to have... people are going to be able to choose. So maybe some buttons on the bottom. Some like radial buttons or something to choose, like your economy fee, fastest fee, half hour, and then I'll show the calculation up here and add that all up. Cool. Let's start with some buttons. I'm gonna go to Chakra for this. That's what I was using already. Chakra UI. Find some nice radial kind of buttons. It'll probably just be a button. Icon button. Grouping buttons. That wasn't quite what I was looking for. What are those connected kinds of buttons called? Switch. Icon button. Could do something with that. Oh, this is what I was thinking of. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like this example, the radio group. Yeah, let's take this. We'll start with this. We can always make it look prettier once it's in place. I think I can... display flex row. Yeah, I think we can do it like this. Now I need a radio group, stack radio from Chakra. Cool. Yo, what is up? Is that the legend Santos? Dude, what's going on? From Zebedee. You can see I got my Zebedee extension hooked up here. I was stoked on it. Yeah, I'm working on Ellen Inbound here. It's kind of like a side project. I'm gonna try and start streaming like just more of like the, I don't know, regular work I'm doing, trying to get into that flow, so. Yeah. Front end stuff for right now, mostly. Hell yeah, man. We've got actually outside, I'll give a sneak peek later maybe, we've got the Noster devs. Yo! Okay, it does work. Heck yeah. Thanks, dude. We've got Noster devs course being filmed right outside right now here in PlebLabs. So very soon, look out for I think the first Noster developer course. Yeah, that's Super and Topher and I think a few other legends are going to be working on that. Yeah, Noster is easy to work on, but it's like there's kind of a barrier to entry a little bit. Like it can be daunting to like, I don't know, read the spec if you're not used to reading specs or anything. But once someone shows it to you, like really shows you, it's mainly just the events. Once you understand the events and WebSockets, you can kind of just rip it from there. Like I had never used WebSockets before in Noster, funny enough, and that was the biggest thing to get used to, but now I love them more than API calls or anything else. Okay. So I've got all these gross slices of state here. I want to clean them up. Broadcasting status. Yeah. Santo's saying it. I think the other tricky part that isn't handled well is understanding broadcasting status to each particular relay and how you handle those situations. Yeah, I mean, that's where like so much of this stuff, like, it's not fully developed yet. Like different relays might do different things, and there is spec, but everyone doesn't really follow the spec. And then just, yeah, with WebSockets specifically, like, I don't know. I've seen a lot of weird stuff when I've talked to relays before, definitely. Yeah, API returns a success, but you need to return that for the event to each relay or abstract it entirely from the user. Yeah, that is true. And see, I haven't bumped into that too much because I've mostly done like the Git stuff on Noster, which is like kind of like making a Noster client, but not really. Oh man, there's so much happening in the Noster space though. I'm gonna do a Noster stream here again soon. I wanna see, okay, I wanna see all of these minimum fee, hour fee. How do I display this? Just like minimum, economy. So fees, I guess fees can be a hash map here, but I'll still have it be state. Const, call chain fees. Set chain fees. So we're gonna have confused me one day on my Iris client. I DM'd someone, but it didn't broadcast to every other relay, so the message didn't show up on other clients because of that. Yeah, and this is one thing that's still crazy to me, and maybe I just don't understand it. I want relays rather to talk to each other. And in fact, when I was first learning about Noster, like I kind of just assumed they did, and I never asked, like, do relays talk to each other? And I found out they don't, and I was like, what? I can't believe it. I can't believe that the client is just shooting out in all these other different directions, and if you don't point directly to the relay you want to send your DM, your note, whatever to, it's just like it won't be there. That was kind of crazy to me, and of course we saw the Blaster relay, which is what the Mutiny guys made. That is a relay that sends to other relays. That's like its feature. Yo, thank you, Jania. Thank you for the 25 sats. Really appreciate that. Yeah, this Zebedee extension is awesome. It was a lot easier to set up than I thought. But yeah, just like the fact that Blaster exists, like, it's just like every relay should be a Blaster. Every relay should be sharing events with each other within reason, but I don't know. Of course, there's storage constraints, and that's a problem with Nostr anyway, so I guess that's a reason why, but I don't know. If I build a relay, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, like in Bitcoin, like you're saying gossip, like in, I guess we don't call it gossip in Bitcoin, but like Lightning, there's gossip. In Bitcoin, there's the relay network where you're talking to peers and you're passing data to each other, but they don't necessarily you don't have to store that data for a long time, right? If I'm a Lightning node, my long-term data I'm storing is my channel state, I guess. If I'm a Bitcoin node, I'm storing the chain state, but I'm still talking to the rest of the network and passing messages. And so yeah, maybe there's like a gossip layer kind of idea that could exist within Nostr, where we're not necessarily like straight up just like spamming each other with notes, but maybe we could be like, hey, this is a DM, this is a important kind of event, or even better yet, this is a kind 0 event, this is someone's profile event. So I'm just gonna like gossip this to you and just be like, hey, do you have this? Because if you don't, you should, because it's important. I feel like that could kind of be a cool direction. Where the relay will receive the gossip and propagate the event, choose whether or not to store it. Yeah, exactly like that. And in each relay, in that scenario, each relay, they can still have their own criteria for what they want to store and what they don't want to store. And maybe there's even, once you have gossip, you can build on it. You can be like, hey, just store this for a little while. Or I don't know, maybe you can even bribe to store it, to have it like propagate across relays if you wanted to do that. Like, there's so many things that can still be built on like the relay network. It makes me question Nostr. I'm always questioning it. Also, because I've got Nick, the biggest Nostr bear here, always in my ear. Yeah, it's exciting. I just can't choose what to work on. Okay. So, I'm gonna put together fees on the radio button here. So I'm gonna have minimum. Keep these on for right now. We'll have minimum economy. Half hour, and then fastest. That's an interesting way of doing it. Wait, it should be hour. Okay, that looks right. Yeah, it's true. The opportunities to build right now are insane. It's crazy how little builders we actually have in the space. Like, I one of my favorite questions to ask people, developers in Bitcoin, is like, how many Bitcoin developers do you think there are? Or like, how many Lightning developers, or how many Nostr developers? And usually people say like between like 5 and 20,000 or something like that. And you can get specific. You can be like, oh, has contributed to Bitcoin Core, or has built some kind of project or whatever. But either way, you can tell the number's small. When you think about like how many developers are at Amazon or something like that, like Amazon alone has they've got to have like 3,000 to 5,000 developers. 5,000. I don't even know what the numbers are for big companies like that, but they have thousands. And if you look at other protocols, like there's way more developer talent. So you've got a small number of people doing a lot of things, and that makes it to where there's all of this like just untouched potential just like sitting out there. Like it's really mind-boggling. There's kind of like 100 different things you could do in any direction, if you're actually interested. But yeah, there's a barrier to entry. You got to get the basic skills, the basic experience. That's what's hard. But the Bitcoin plebs are ready. That's why I'm bullish on the plebs. The plebs are ready to become PlebDevs for sure. Okay, let's up this. So this is where we're fetching our rates initially. So this is kind of gross. I'm definitely going to clean this up at some point. Let me do this. But I'm going to set my, what do they call it? Chain fees? Set chain fees. And so, I'm just going to copy this. Dude, heck yeah, you're building a Nostr Python library. That's sick. Yeah, Nostr tools, amazing shortcut for building on Nostr. LSPs, definitely helping with Lightning. Yeah, I've only ever really used Nostr tools. I just kind of jumped in and was like, okay, give me a library to like, because it was like, I know I can write these queries, but that's going to take a long time. I know someone else has done it. Nostr tools is the best, but it'd be good to have a Python equivalent. Like, I do JavaScript all the time, but I want to do more Python. I'm not familiar with the libraries though. That's what kind of caused me to hesitate sometimes. But yeah, we'll do some Lightning stuff in Python soon for sure. But yeah, building a library, that's the way to do it. If you solve a problem that other people are going to solve, just release it, ship it. Next.js, noted last week. Yeah. Yeah, Django Flask and Fast API. I've used all of them for Python, and they're all amazing. It really is kind of easier in a way, I think. Like, it's easier to read and easier to build a backend, at least an API with Python. But gosh, what you can do in the JavaScript ecosystem is just really cool. But yeah, Next.js and Node, that is a powerful stack right there. It's hard to deny it. I think that like the absolute easiest stack, like what I call the PlebDev stack, if you're gonna build like a full stack Lightning app, I think it's Next.js and Mongo and like a voltage node. Like, you get those three things and it can be surprisingly simple to set up, and you can just set up a full stack app that moves money pretty quickly in about an hour and a half or something like that. Like, I have a simple template. Let's see, for that stack, I have a template called pleb-post-template on my GitHub. But yeah, I love Next.js. They keep changing it though. I like tried to run the latest update and something like confused me. Let's see, minimum fee, economy fee. They like changed the routing on it or something. I can do it in 5 minutes with Zebedee. That is cool. I'm not running my own node then, but that's cool. And realize course 16. Let's look at this. Wait, how do I look at my own chat? I can't even do that from here. Wait, docs. Yeah. No, I mean, I think that that's like an amazing trade-off to make, especially if you're like learning for the first time. Yeah, I'll need to check that out. Django Python. Yeah, no, I mean, it's an amazing place to start, and if it's an alternative to LNbits, I'm like happy to try it. I'm getting burned out on LNbits because LNbits has been like the option for, or like especially legend.lnbits, like the option for, you know, just kind of getting someone started, moving money. So I'll definitely check it out. I need to get back on Emeralize again. It's been a little while. I'm gonna get back on there. I'll post some content. Definitely give you some feedback. I'm working on the second course right now. About 2 lessons from being finished. So yeah, I'll probably start recording in a month, but I'm definitely gonna be posting that on Emeralize. It'll still be on Udemy, mainly for the network, but I just want to focus on Lightning Native. It does, but it's still like, I mean, I don't know, I haven't checked it in a few weeks. But it's just like the use case is so valuable because the alternatives are so bad. Like if I'm just only stuck in Udemy's ecosystem, that would really stink. And something like Emeralize is also like, I'm not trying to find anyone, like I'm trying to find like Bitcoin plebs, like people that kind of already understand Bitcoin to an extent and want to learn about it, versus like if you're just helping teach beginning coding or web development, there's a million, like that's not my thing. Like it's about Bitcoin and Lightning and the Bitcoin plebs. And so like Stack or New, like anything that's like a network that's like really serving those groups, like I need to have more of a presence across those. And I know Emeralize it's definitely going to be one of those. It makes so much sense. Okay, so I'm setting my chain fees now, and I need to add these buttons. So I'll change set value. I'm just realizing this isn't meant to work with like a hash map. Value, set value, change set value. Oh, I see. So I need to have chain fees. Need to have fee selection state. Set fee selection. Start this as null. And so value is going to be fee selection. So this will set it to like 1, 2, or 3, but then I'll need to map that back onto here, so that doesn't make sense. So I need to have it be like this be like minimum. Minimum economy hour, half hour. This back. These are like the same names, right? Minimum economy hour, half hour, fastest. So that means I should be able to map it back. And then here we'll have like what chips. Chain fees dot minimum. Haven't seen Chakra before. Do you recommend it for a way to get started quickly with React? Yeah, I've used a bunch of different component libraries. It always depends on what you're looking for. Like, there's a lot of components in here, and they have icons as well, and they have good examples to copy from. So it's good for that reason, but you can always find like more components like elsewhere. I usually go for the docs though, because I'm just trying to like iterate quickly. And all of these libraries, they offer really similar things. It's pretty easy to get set up too if you're in like a Next.js app. You kind of just like wrap your whole app with it, and then you can import anything. So I have like _app in here. Yeah, I have a tracker provider, and I'm just wrapping my whole app with it, and then I can just kind of import it and start using them. So all of these are so similar. I don't know, like, I hesitate to suggest anything. It's always a question of how your styles are working along with your components. Exactly, yeah, like are you using Tailwind or Bootstrap? And you can even see here, like, I've got a mix. It's kind of gross because I've got some inline styles here, like Chakra lets you do these inline styles, which is nice. But then I'm also doing like, what is this? Like Tailwind here for class name. So I'm like mixing styles, which is sort of bad. It makes it messy, but this is what always happens. But then it's like, yeah, what trade-off are you gonna make? I like not having CSS files. So at least in here, I don't have CSS files. So I'm just kind of like looking at everything in line. So that's cool. I go back and forth though. Like nobody has a good way of doing this stuff, I swear. So these are populating on load and fee selection. Let's see how this looks. Or if it loads. Okay, it's not populating with any text. So let's see what it's telling me here. Oops, I'm data. It needs to be chain fees. So I'm gonna extract this out. I'm gonna say that const fees equals data dot chain fees. And then we can do yeah, front end is messy. Probably my weakest skill. That's what every good developer says, actually, because they realize it's messy. But I thought front end was awesome for a long time until my standards started having to raise, and then I was like, oh wait, this is messy and this is gross. It's kind of why, like, something I realized recently is ChatGPT is like better at backend, because backend is more logical. It's like more of a consistent like logic tree, where you're just laying out data and like inputs and outputs, what you expect, what you output. Whereas like front end is like there's all these different levels of abstraction. A lot of it is about the look and the feel. So you take tons and tons and tons of engineering trade-offs to like get some, you know, ambiguous result or some like UX related result. Plus just state management, having like all these things work together. Like you can make a front end that like works and like from an engineering standpoint is great, that doesn't look right, you know? So, and this is what ChatGPT does a lot of times. Like it does the right thing, but it can't actually deal with enough feedback to like know how to work with this stuff. But back-end API stuff it's great at. But yeah, that's kind of how I think about it now. I guess it's like, it's messier, it's more abstract, there's not as much of a right way to do things, but I think it's easy to get started, at least. Okay, so this is interesting. It looks like getting an error from the back-end finally. Saying chain fees. Let's reload. Let's see what we're getting. Type error, cannot read properties of undefined, reading minimum fee, 9327. I spelled it wrong. Whenever I start streaming, Next.js goes so slow locally. I guess it's good for testing though. Properties of undefined data. So it should be data.data.chain_fees. Oh, chain_fees. We've got a mix of snake case and camel case. That's not good. Okay, here's my ugly buttons finally. Cool. So these. Sats VB. How do you display this? How does mempool display this? Sats/VB. V and big B. Okay. I'll stick to the way they do it. That looks right. Oh god, this thing is so slow. Okay, I'm realizing too my laptop's about to die, so I'm gonna have to get my cord here. Just see what this looks like. Okay, that is a bit messy, but is there something to improve on? But okay, I'm gonna take a quick break here to plug in my charger, so I'll be right back. Cool. So we have our new feed buttons here. A little squished in, but that's fine. I'm just trying to make this work for right now. So I need to add this to the total, and I need to kind of like make that clear. So So right now, like for our fee estimation, we're kind of doing it dumb and simple, where we're assuming, and the admin, whoever sets this up would be able to set this, but we're assuming a number of V bytes that the transaction is going to be, and I'm just going to multiply the current fee rate that the user chooses times this chan V bytes. And that gets added to the total. Let's see. Channel B. So I'm going to set this here with these other variables. Set channel fee. So right now the total, this is what the calculated total is. It's happening inside of this use effect. And I'm currently only looking for these variables, but I need to add on the addition of, So I guess there's a default here actually. For the fee selection, there needs to be a default of like, let's say hour. That way we can have a total when it renders. Yeah, so hour, that's the 82. So where is this? So base fee and fee rate. I'm gonna say and chain fees. I'm first gonna have a fee rate. What am I gonna call it? Transaction fee is going to equal the chain fees, selecting the key, chain fees dot. Should actually be chain fee of fee selection. So whatever key is set in the fee selection. So this times the, what was that? The channel fee. Channel fee. I'm gonna leave comments in here. So TX fee is channel fee, assume channel TX size, times the sats fee byte, and then the total total is channel size times fee rate plus the base fee and TX fee. Oh, that's a lot. This could be boiled down a bit more to probably be simpler. So we'll add plus TX fee to here. Am I adding that to total? I am adding that to total, so it should show me something. Okay, broke. Let's see. Let's console log. Okay. Calculate total. Are we even running in here? Oh, here we go. Okay, here's something. Is this right? It's not switching. Oh, and this needs to run every time that chain fees changes as well. Not chain fees, fee selection. There we go. So, yep, okay. So this is at least changing. Oh, getting the same here. That's interesting. Oh, it's 81. 3 of them. Fastest, half hour, and hour are all the same. Okay, that's interesting. Need to make this look a little better. Okay, I'll probably make these separate labels. Like a span or something like that. Ooh. Whatever. So at least adding in the total. Okay, so let's do this calculation. What would this be? So 81. Should it be easier if I do like 11 times 500? Can't do. Should I be able to do 11 times 500 in my head? I don't know, maybe 5,500. So 5,500 is being added on. So minus 50, so 10,900 minus 55. 5,000. Yeah, that seems correct, because that's the base fee. Cool. You know, I actually wonder if I can go to radio. 'card. Whoa. So I guess you can't just put a button in here. What if I do though? Whoa. Does not look good. Okay, let's see if we can get our invoice and pay it at least. So I'll just slide around. We'll do do a 200,000 sat channel. And doesn't matter what fee rate I pick, but I'll make it a big one. So if we confirm, is it gonna make my invoice? No. Not a number. Okay. Handle submit, pub key, and the slider value. Set invoice res data, set amount, slider value. So the amount, slider value. So we want the total here, actually. Total. This should be the amount we're charging, not the slider value. Why did I have that there in the first place? Is that like a bug? So let's see what we get here. I might just need to reconnect. Got so many console logs. Let's get rid of this one. Okay. Reconnect. Up. Do a big channel. Not that big. Confirm. Confirm is doing nothing. Bad request. So we're making it in here, but our request is failing. Invalid value for N64 type, not a number. What is not a number? My pub key? Pub key. No, my pub key is there. Invoice request. Do I need to be adding something else, maybe? Dang, I think this needs to be cleaned up. Pub key and amount, this is what's expected. Amount equals number of amount. Blah, blah, blah. Get rates, fee rate. I think this is supposed to be sats rate. Sats fee. Let's try this. Oh, here we go. Okay, that was it. It was a small bug. All right, let's try this flow from the beginning. I want Carol to be able to open a channel here. We'll finish with a successful demo, hopefully. So, not that. I need your pub key, Carol. Okay, confirm. Here's my invoice, should be 17,671. I can have Bob pay this. Okay, Bob paid it. We should be opening the channel now. Let's see how that works. Oh wait, this is probably broken with our other backend updates. I'm just realizing. So it's gonna get stuck on this forever. We got something here. Oh, oops. 2 empty arrays. Well, we're getting at least getting the invoice. Let me make sure this didn't open. Yeah, it didn't. Channel open. What should I be expecting here? Get open channels, get pending channels. Should only need the pub key here for the channel open. Status, TXID, so it seems like something in here is broken. Are we getting this active? Getting active, undefined. I see. Channels.filter. Channels equals data, data comes from get open channels. Yeah, I'm gonna have to step back through this. That's a start for now, though. At least got the fee estimation. We're basically working on the front end. Update that. But we didn't even get to the channels list. There's some channels code to fix. And I can't even think about improving the UI yet until there's some more functionality here. So I'll probably split this out into another session. At some point, a lot of this is going to get remade though, and that should be a little more helpful to probably watch. But this is a cool stream though. Wanted to try the new setup, see how everything went. It feels pretty good, it feels pretty comfortable. I think everything can be seen and heard, hopefully. But yeah, thanks for joining if you did. I'm probably gonna stream later this week doing some Rust learning. I want to start live streaming kind of my journey learning Rust from zero kind of again. I've learned it in the past, or tried to learn it, tried to get started, but I want to start again, and I thought it'd be cool to like live stream it. So I think on Thursday I'm gonna start that. I'll like make an announcement, kind of do some public notes. But thanks for y'all that joined. Thank you, Santos. I'll be back very soon. So yeah, later y'all.